This is not a happy story. Takopi's original sin is a short manga series, spanning just 2 volumes, serialized on jumpplus in 2021. However, its content is strikingly intense despite its brevity. At the time of its serialization, it caused a significant stir in Japan. It was recently adapted into an anime, but even in Japan, arguably the most lenient country when it comes to freedom of expression, it was completely banned from terrestrial TV. The series is treated so cautiously that it opens with a content warning from the production committee itself. In this video, I'll be sharing some reactions from Japan and discussing the anime's portrayal, up through episode 3, with some mild spoilers. The story follows Takopi, a creature from Happy Planet, who tries to bring a smile to the face of a girl named Shizuka-chan whom he meets on Earth. With its very soft and fluffy design, some people might have been misled by the anime's packaging. At first glance, it appears to be a work aimed at children, but its content is far heavier and more thought-provoking than one might expect. Within otaku culture, there's a common online pattern where people recommend a depressing anime by saying, "This work has lots of cute characters and is really fun, so I recommend it." However, with this anime, there has been debate about whether it could be problematic if recommended to someone who experienced parental abuse or bullying in childhood. This is partly because the reality in Japan, where suicide is the leading cause of death among people in their teens to 30s, resonates with the themes of the series. The themes of bullying and family environment in this work were taken very seriously, sparking earnest discussions. Takopi doesn't understand humans very well. For example, it mistakes bullying for a fight, or misinterprets single mother as parthenogenesis. Such misguided interpretations prevent the character from connecting with the audience and lead it deeper into increasingly complex issues. Here, we'll briefly introduce some of these off-kilter depictions. Marina-chan wears long sleeves even in early summer, while the other children wear short sleeves. In the story, early summer is quite hot, making long sleeves unusual. It is speculated that Marina wears long sleeves consistently to hide scars on her arms from abuse. When Marina gets injured on her face, her mother says, "Not the face, she's a girl," and only shows concern for the injury on her face. However, the same mother is shown slapping Marina when abusing her, and her impulsive and selfish behavior leaves a strong sense of discomfort. During a scene of a parent-child argument, there's a moment where Marina's mother pleads, "You're not Marina. Please give me back my Marina." Some viewers might interpret this as, only the mother noticed something was wrong, but many others see it as the mother lamenting that her daughter is no longer obedient. This interpretation is reinforced by grim real-life experiences shared on social media, where people recount being told similar things by abusive parents when they deviated from their parents' expectations. Shizuka-chan leaves her school lunch almost untouched. In Japan, school lunches are part of food education, with the expectation that children eat everything without being picky. For her, eating is no longer a source of joy but merely an act to survive. This stems from intense stress or loneliness causing her to lose her appetite. This depiction quietly speaks to her mental distress. In the scene where Shizuka shows joy after witnessing Marina's death, the background music is Vivaldi's Spring from the Four Seasons. The piece vividly expresses the joy and vitality of spring, which fits the interpretation that spring has come for Shizuka. It's a work that beautifully depicts the joy of spring and the breath of new life, and it does align with the idea that spring has arrived for Shizuka, but you can't help but wonder, did the production team have any human empathy when they decided, let's use this BGM here? Afterward, when Azuma-kun witnesses the scene, Shizuka unconsciously manipulates his emotions, turning him and Takopi into convenient accomplices for her own purposes. The innocent Shizuka unknowingly controls others' hearts, destroying their relationships. The ultimate irony is that Shizuka is following the same path as her mother. The reaction outside Japan was also significant, with posts like, "This messed me up," appearing on Reddit and other platforms. Many people were reminded of Made in Abyss due to the stark contrast between the work's appearance and its content. Reviews often praised it, with comments like, "It's short but leaves a lasting impact," or, "I read it in one go, but my emotions couldn't keep up." The availability on Netflix led to a rapid increase in viewers. Shizuka-chan suffers from educational neglect, a form of passive abuse. Marina-chan endures physical abuse. Azuma-kun faces psychological abuse. This story, in which children raised by different types of toxic parents miraculously cross paths, is deeply ironic. The final episode, episode 6, aired recently, completing the series. I won't go into detailed plot developments for those who haven't seen it yet, but please make sure to emotionally prepare yourself before watching. Even so, once you experience this work, you'll likely understand why it's received such high praise. The themes are too complex to summarize in a single word, but if I had to name a villain in this story, I would say it's all the surrounding adults. If I keep going, it'll take forever, so I'll stop here. At the beginning, I stated, this is not a happy story. But by the end, interpretations may vary depending on the viewer. If you've watched it all the way through, I'd love to hear your thoughts. To avoid getting a negative impression of rural Japan from this work, please also watch Non Non Baiori. It's the ultimate healing anime, featuring girls peacefully living their lives in the Japanese countryside. Zero Darkness. Truly zero. It's an absolute must-watch. If there's enough response, I'd like to introduce Takopi's original sin from another perspective as well. Thank you so much for reading this far. I'll continue sharing more about Japanese otaku culture, so I'd be thrilled if you'd consider subscribing.